Alright, so today I'm going to go to Alcatraz. You can see some of the boats here behind me. And so as you don't know, Alcatraz was the prison of Al Capone. So he was caught by tax evasion, which was really caught really well in the film The Untouchables. So we'll see how it goes. Here we are at Pier 39. It's a really fun place to go to. You're gonna see quite a few different places here. They have a lot of really cornball shops, really fun, and yeah, it's a really fun place to check out. You'll see every tourist from around the world around here. Literally around the world, you're gonna see the most crazy looking people, so it's really fun to go check out this area. So right behind me, if I zoom in here, you're gonna see the island of Alcatraz. But of course, the most exciting part isn't really Alcatraz, it's the bears, sea lions. So as you can see, it's really popular. See the sea lions. All right, we're at Alcatraz now, about ready to go buy some tickets. So basically, if you go buy a ticket here, you want to buy it ahead of time because it's like right now it's September 24th is your closest time, and that's basically a week out. So definitely make sure you prepare ahead of time. If you're flying in, you know, go ahead and buy those online. Otherwise, if you're only here a couple days, you might not even get to buy it. So that's my advice. All right, so now we're waiting in line, about ready to get in. So I had to run to make it, I almost missed it.
Boarding shortly and need to check your ticket.
I think we're finally gonna board to Alcatraz.
started a strong movement, and things changed after they were here in 19.
All right, switching to automatic. I have no idea how to run this. So we're entering into the first cells, military guards. Over here you have a bookstore. We'll see how it goes here. Now we're entering some of the cells. It's pretty interesting. You can see over here the stairs. And I don't know what's in here. Let's see. Scary stuff. I gotta catch up with my group. Getting left behind. That's no good. Here we're looking at basically the Indians were occupying the island in 1969. Interesting enough, which I didn't know, Nixon decided the park and the military were like, no, we have to take it right away. We got to take the Indians off there. And Nixon's like, he grew up with the Indians, so he knew a couple relations, and he just said, just leave them. It's no big deal, you know, because obviously there's no water here. There's nothing to make a job or life here. So really, after, you know, amount of time, you're just going to get tired and leave, you know, because there's just no way to survive here. So I better catch up with my group again. So one of the cool things of this island is they filmed The Rock here with Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage. So that was a really fun movie. And if you know anything, there's a lot of different levels. Here, one of the kind of mid-levels, but there's actually many more levels down through this whole system. So it's a really interesting place to visit. All right, so here behind us is the guard tower. As you can see, this is where they'd watch all the prisoners. So it's a pretty interesting place there. Alright, so one of the cool things they have here is they have these little flowers. They have a whole garden section that they checked out, and they ran the gardens. I don't know much about these gardens. Alright, so now we're going to look at the gardens that we just came up this way for. And you can see there's quite a lot of different things. A lot of different things they have here, so it's a pretty interesting place. Now if you go up the way here, the second level, this is where the officers spent, so they got obviously the better quarters. And the ground here that's all cement, this used to be all wood, so it's pretty interesting. They actually thought wood was more nicer than stone, which is kind of weird because wood doesn't last very long in the environment, but obviously it's a higher class of wood, right? So back in the day. Now it's carpet and then back to wood in the houses now. Alright, so where the warden kind of, there's a hole there, where the warden did his business, and yeah, this is behind is where all the administration is, the top level, and as well as some of the guards and prison cells as well. All right, now we're entering the showers. Hopefully it's not, hopefully they don't use gas, right? Instead of water. So here's where they kind of processed originally when they first came in, and so they'd have all their clothing out there, shoes, everything that would be assigned, and then behind us you had the showers. And so they take their showers as they wanted to, so or required to. I'm not sure, but anyway, that's what's here. So crazy enough, this is kind of where they process the people, and they'd have showers, and they were only allowed showers twice a week, so I'm sure people didn't smell too well. Alright, so this is the place where they actually eat. So this cafeteria, as you can see above, is the menu of the day. Scrambled eggs and bacon or whatever. And of course, all these knives would have been very dangerous. They kept them locked up. So hopefully there wouldn't be any deaths, but of course, you know, they might get a hold of something and give someone the shank, right? So one of the things they did is they actually played this game called Auto Bridge, which, I don't know, it's kind of a version of bridge done with dominoes. So it's a little strange, but it became very addicting. And the inmates of Alcatraz, they play for literally 3 hours out on the outdoors, which is freezing outside, right, with the winds off San Francisco Bay, and they just had like thin clothing. Like I'm wearing a nice thick sweater that has a little bit of insulation to it. So they'd be freezing, but they'd stay out there for 3 hours because they, you know, keep their minds off the incarceration. All right, so now, hey, stop it. So now, all these cells above us are actually solitary. Get out of here! I'm trying to film. All these cells above us are all the cells stop it. All the cells above us are actually solitary. That's my wife, she's super annoying. Anyway, so all the cells above us are all solitary. They'd be literally 24 hours a day, and they only got out once a week for a shower. So it's really interesting. One of these prisoners was actually an artist, so you can see he did quite a lot of different paintings. Very interesting. All right, here we have kind of one of the control centers. You can see behind us, you got telephones, keys, all the different lighting. So this would kind of control the whole prison right from this one cell. All right, so here's the remains of the warden's house. For some reason, they stripped it down to nothing. So there's nothing left. Maybe over the years, you know, people took things, I don't know, or that when they moved, they took all the stuff of value out of it. I'm not quite sure the story is. Maybe I'll look it up later, but I'll see you later. So now we're going to be part of the island that this dates all the way to the Civil War. And it used to be a Civil War tunnel, and they converted it to a morgue. So, not too many people actually died on Alcatraz, interestingly enough, but there did happen a few.
That was the local stockade for the garrison that was here on the island. So you were drunk and disorderly, insubordinate, whatever, you went down there. Yes, there was a ladder that you could go down there. But, so that was the local stockade. It was, and you can tell I came from the engineering world, it was spec'd for 20 people maximum, but there are records that had as many as 30 down in there. So that was the first prison cell. The whole structure itself, and as you we'll go under in a minute or so. If you look up above the arch, you can see a half anglicized Alcatraz island in 1857. So that was completed in 57. The main citadel on the top of the island, which had its own drawbridges and moats and thick walls and provided both housing, but also that last bastion of defense if the island was overrun. That was completed in the center of the top of the island in 1859.
All right, so we're just back in the line to go back to San Francisco. So, hope you guys liked my tour. All right, so we just got back from our trip from Alcatraz. Definitely a lot of fun. A lot of people, you're gonna see a lot of people, a lot of different prisoners went there. They actually have books on prisoners that had lived their whole life almost there. So definitely kind of crazy. You could see the cell where Al Capone was, as well as several different escapees got out of there, or tried to get out of there, 14 different attempts. Obviously no one really did escape, but there were a couple that they didn't know what happened to him maybe. So, which made for a great basis for a lot of different movies, Escape from Alcatraz, The Rock, all these other different fun type of movies. But yeah, I think it's a really fun trip. Definitely here in San Francisco, I'd recommend seeing it. Definitely a very thorough prison experiment. I've been to other ones in Ireland and it was pretty fun as well. It's always kind of interesting to see these different lifestyle. But yeah, that's my take on the trip to Alcatraz. Hope you guys like it. Give me a thumbs up if you want. Subscribe below. And see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.